The Gaza Health Ministry claims an Israeli attack on a hospital in Gaza City has killed at least 500 people, but Israeli Defense Forces blame it on a misfired Hamas rocket. The Israeli military says Palestinian militants had fired a barrage of rockets near the hospital at the time.
More than 4,400 people have died now on both sides since Hamas launched an attack on Israel 11 days ago. President Biden traveling to Israel tonight and meeting with officials there, but Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas now backing out of that meeting.
Eyewitness News reporter Jim Dolan is in the newsroom with the huge new developments. Jim?
Today, a major and tragic development in the Middle East war today. In Gaza, a hospital packed with people injured in this war was struck by a missile. The Palestinian Health Ministry saying 500 people were killed, and they blamed Israel for the attack. Israel denies that. We'll have more on that in just a moment. But first, the hospital in Gaza. Al-Ali Arab Hospital in Gaza was packed with the injured from the war when it was struck today. Palestinians say by an Israeli missile strike. Israel disputes that at nearby hospitals. They got patients from the one that was struck. Babies were carried in, an endless stream of death and misery in a place that has known 9 days of it since the Hamas massacre of Israeli citizens 2 Saturdays ago. It is this madness that U.S. President Joe Biden will visit when he travels to Israel tomorrow.
First is making sure he gets an update from our Israeli counterparts about their plans, their intentions, how things are going on the ground, and make sure that he conveys a strong message of continued support. Number two, it's really on the humanitarian front.
Humanitarian aid for Gaza is stalled in Egypt as Israel has refused to allow it into the country. Biden hoping to have that aid released, some of it medical aid for hospitals that are desperate for it.
We were told that the machines are no longer working because the water pressure now has dropped to the point where they can't function.
We need access into Gaza, and we need to be able to reach the people inside, wherever they are.
Meanwhile, Hamas continues to launch rockets at Israel, and Israel launches missiles and strikes targets in Gaza, preparing the way for a ground invasion after President Biden leaves Israel. Right, back to the missile strike at Al-Ali Arab Hospital in Gaza. Israel categorically denying late this afternoon that it was a missile of theirs that struck the hospital. The IDF spokesman saying they know who it was.
According to the information we have, was a failed rocket launch, not by Hamas. And I'm saying specifically the name of the organization because that indicates the level of intel that has gone into it. This was the Islamic Jihad that fired a long-range rocket towards a long-range target. It failed and exploded, and that is what happened at the hospital.
Well, whoever launched the missile, it was catastrophic and showed how dire the situation is in the tinderbox of the Middle East. And it promises still to get worse. Will it draw in Hezbollah in the north? Will Iran join in? All of this in play as President Biden prepares his own attempt to support Israel, but calm the inflamed sides in the Middle East. Sade?
Jim, thank you. And Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is flying to Israel tonight ahead of President Biden and Governor Hochul's visits. Look for Josh's live reports tomorrow on Eyewitness News.